morning. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Welcome to The Chosen One by Ashley. I'm taking over for my wife this morning. My name is Conscious. For those of y'all who know me, you know who I am. For those of you who don't know me, I am Conscious. I'm going to be taking over for my wife this morning. So today, we are going to talk about being successful and accomplishing things, and why is it that you have not accomplished your true potential? Why isn't that you have accomplished your true destiny in life? What is holding you back? That's what we're going to talk about today, this morning. So I'm going to go ahead, give y'all about another minute, and then we're going to get started, okay? Give y'all a chance to get in here. Hope everybody this morning is doing good. Everybody who's getting ready to tune in, hope y'all doing good. All right, here we go. Let's go. I pray that God use me today. I hope that God use me today, as He always does. God speak through me. We speak to the people. So here's the thing. The thing about it is, we all know that we have a purpose in life. We all do. Let me tell you something. We all have a purpose in life. Some of us do not realize that we have a purpose in life, though. But let me tell you something. From the moment that you come into this earth, when you come into this earth, when God gives you breath in your body, from the moment that you come into this world, you were destined to do something. You definitely were. You were chosen to do something. It doesn't matter what that was. You were chosen to do something. See, a lot of people don't realize that. Let me tell you why a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't realize that because everybody grew up in different circumstances and situations. Some of us, y'all grew up in good families. You know, you might have grew up in a family with money, who spoiled you, gave you everything you ever wanted your whole life. So of course, you know, you've had pretty much uh a leadway to a successful life. You know, well, everything that glitter ain't gold. You know, some people grew up with a leeway to successful life, but grew up in abusive homes or grew up seeing abuse and stuff like that. But some, like I said, was given a leeway to a successful life, meaning that you had parents who had money. You don't know what it was like to be hungry. You don't know what it was like to, you know, go to school with dirty clothes on, or the struggle. You don't know what it's like to struggle with bills. You don't know anything. Your education was laid out for you your whole life. Some people was given that their whole life. Other people's circumstances was they grew up in a rough neighborhood. You know, they grew up in poverty. So because they came up in poverty, times was hard. So growing up, you know, they got into things, did different things. So as they're growing up, you know, in their mind, you know, it's like, why am I struggling? Why am I going through this? Why do I have to always feel this way? You know, why am I always having to endure these type of circumstances? And a lot of times you sit back and you asking God, why? A lot of people ask God why when they're going through that, because they don't understand why they had to grow up in different type of circumstances. So they confused about it. So as they get older and older, they do different things to try to survive. So as they're going through all these hard times, as they keep going through all these different things, they shoot, let me put this away. This don't matter. Let me put this away for y'all. But look, as they're going through all these different things, they don't realize that God has His hands on them. They're questioning God every day. They're questioning themselves every single day. So they just believe that their life gonna be hard. They don't believe it's gonna get no better. They're not even trying to get better because they're too busy surviving. They're too busy going through everyday life, doing things to get by. Because that's all they ever known is survival. So they don't even realize they full potential. And that's a lot of circumstances. That's a lot of people's circumstances growing up in a rough neighborhood. Then you got other people who grew up in a middle class neighborhood, who grew up okay. You had the parents who, wasn't rich, but they wasn't poor either. Had a house and a roof over your head. They didn't always have all the money, but they paid the bills. You had a nice, maybe lived in a decent house. Car notes was paid. Dinner was always on the table. You know what I'm saying? Everything was laid out. Everything was always laid out. Once you get your education, everything was always laid out for you. So you looked up to your parents. You looked up to your family. So you was taught to always give your best and do your best. And you was taught to always give your best and do your best by your parents. That stuck with you. That stuck with you on your mind. So you ended up going out here, getting older to get in and getting your education. Right, you might have graduated high school and then went on to do something different. You might have went to college and went on to do more. But either way, you somehow, some way went forward in life. Okay. But the point I'm trying to make to y'all is, it doesn't matter your circumstance. Whether you grew up in a middle class family, a rich family, whether you grew up in low income poverty family. It don't matter what circumstances you endure in life. You are chosen to do something. You always have. Here's the thing, what I want to know though. Why is it that you are not accomplishing what you were put here to do? Why is that? We are all put here to do something. God does everything that he does for a reason. He really does. There's so many of y'all out here who really are good at something. Some of y'all are good at making clothes. Some of y'all like to write, just scribble down designs. Some of y'all like to do music. Some of y'all like to cook. Some of y'all also like to design things like games and stuff like that. Some of y'all are trying to start a business. Either way, all y'all are good at something. So why are you not trying to use those goals and them gifts to accomplish something? Let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with using the gifts that you are given to go and be successful. There isn't. There isn't. The thing about it is, though, some of y'all know you can be successful, but you're too busy just being stuck where you are. You're too busy being stuck where you are. And see, that's the thing. That's in my opinion. In my opinion, I'm gonna tell y'all, cause y'all know how conscious do. They like, here you go, conscious. We know what you about to say. If you don't, then you don't. But if you know me, you know me. What I'm about to get into. Some of y'all can accomplish a lot of things, but being stuck, that's a mindset that the devil puts in your mind. That's a mindset from the devil. The devil never wants you to accomplish your fullest potential. Listen, my wife and I, we were just talking. We were just talking last night. And we was talking about, about how the devil sits there and he knows that you can be great, but he'll sit there and try to mix your head up because he doesn't want you to be great. We had a discussion about that. Never allow the devil to trick you out your position. Never. Here's the thing. When you put here to do something, God put you here to do something because he put you here to make the world a better place through him. I'm going to say that again. He put you here to make the world a better place through him. Okay? He put you here to use your gifts to do his work. See, when you do God's work, nothing can get in the way, not even the devil. This is why it's important. I say this a lot, and I push this a lot. It's important to always have God in your heart. right here. It's important to always put God first, because as long as you put God first, the devil can never get in the way. He can try to get in the way of here all day, but God will always be right here to keep you focused and keep you on track. When it seems like you're going like this and you're driving, or something like that, or motorcycle, you riding, you know what I'm saying? And it seems like you going off track. Like, you know how you on the highway, you supposed to take this exit, but you done took an alternative route or something like that. When it seems like you're going to another route, God will always put you back on track to that route. He'll always help focus you and make sure that you go ahead and accomplish things. This is the thing. You're supposed to use your gifts to do good in the world. You're supposed to use your gifts to do the right things to God and life. You're not supposed to use, if you're using your gifts for your own self, if you're trying to become successful for your own selfish reasons, then you're not doing God's work. You're not doing things the right way. You're doing things the wrong way. You're moving about things the wrong way. If you're trying to use your gift to attain riches, then you're doing things for the wrong reason. You're doing things the wrong way. There's nothing wrong with providing. We all know what comes with success. That's just a part of how the world is right now. Period. You become successful, you're able to gain an income, take care of your family. But if that's your ambition and that's your only focus on what you're trying to do, then you're in this for the wrong reason. You're trying to accomplish things for the wrong reason. You're not focused. Okay? If you're trying to become successful to do anything else in any type of form or way that does not include making the world a better place, does not include spreading the word of God, the love of God, or does not include helping to do God's work, then you're chasing the wrong ambitions. You are chasing the wrong route to be successful. And you wonder why you're not successful yet and you're still stuck. This is exactly why. Let me read the scripture to y'all. Read the scripture to y'all. So I'm gonna talk to y'all today. Talk to y'all today. It don't matter. It don't matter. I'm gonna get into it the way I break stuff down. I break it down. I break it down. You either rock with me or you don't rock with me. It doesn't matter. But I am going to get into it. I'm gonna break stuff down. That's just what I do. That's what conscious do. For those of y'all who know me, and those of y'all who don't, you're gonna find out. Let's see here. Godly ambition can be demonstrated when you strive to serve others rather than strive for meeting your own needs first. It says let's see, Philippines chapter 2, verses 3 through 4. It says, when he says, do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significantly than yourselves. You see that? It says, I say it again. It says, do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significantly than you do yourself. That's deep right there. It's a deep scripture. That's in Philippines chapter 2, verses 3 through 4. Okay, for those who don't know, make sure you go read that. Make sure you go read the Bible. It's important. All right. So let me get back on track. As I said before, that brings me back to my point. When you're doing things, when you out here moving and trying to be successful, when you out here trying to plan your life out, you're supposed to be planning to do something that's going to be great. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're supposed to be planning to do something great that's bigger than yourself. You're supposed to be doing something that's going to be great, that's going to help others. You're supposed to be doing something that is going to help accomplish, to spread the knowledge of God, help spread the love of God, help to do God's work to make this world a better place. Let me tell y'all something. All I know how to tell is my testimony. That's it. So I'm going to talk about my life. Let me get into my life. Let me tell y'all something. We all work jobs. We all do. It's survival. That's just how it is out here, right? But a lot of y'all out here got cars to go to work. But some of y'all are still late for work. Why is that? It's an excuse. It's an excuse. Some of y'all got ways to go ahead and get to where you want to go, but you don't even go do it. It's an excuse. Why is that? Like I said, The devil play around with your head. That's just how it is. The devil mess around with your mind. All I know how to do is talk about my life. I'm gonna tell y'all something based on my testimony. Let me tell y'all something. I've been in situations where I had to work a job I didn't even like. When I wasn't hustling in the street no more, and I wasn't out here getting in trouble no more, I tried to do things the right way at one point before going back off track. Because I've gotten on track and I've gotten off track. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all when I say this. I've gotten on track a couple times, try to get things right. But then when things wasn't going right, doing it that way, I done went back off track. But let me tell y'all something. When I started working, when I started doing what it was like to work a 9 to 5 every day, okay, I had a job. I remember one of my jobs, I was working in produce. And I remember my boss used to always, when I was working in produce, my boss used to always work me to death. Okay, like I had other co-workers. Like it was, I remember like at that time when I was working the shift I was working my shift that was about 2 till 9 o'clock, right? So when I was working that shift, it'd be me and about 3 other people working on that shift, right? But every time you turn around, my boss was using me, calling me, calling me, calling me, or calling my other coworker. We were like the main two people always being called on, always. And I had to work hard, real hard every day. I'm talking about work until my body hurt. And I did that. No excuses. I go home tired as ever. I go home, take a shower, do what I do, and then go to sleep. Get up the next day and go do it again and have to deal with my boss. But I didn't allow that to stop me from going and doing what I had to do because I had plans. Okay? I had plans in life, things that I wanted to do that was bigger than that. I had other jobs that I worked. But when I was working, I was always ambitious. I never sat there and let my situation of where I was at that moment determine the outcome of my future. I never sat there and said, this is it for me. I never sat there and said, oh, I'm comfortable with bringing in this much per day. I never sat there and said, oh, I'm going to be this type of person. You know what I'm saying? I always knew I had some type of talent. I knew I had a gift. I always knew that I was destined to be something great and be somebody. So I always knew that that job that I was working at that time, that 9 to 5 that I was working, was not my final destination that God had for me. I just knew that this was God trying to get me on track to prepare me to become successful. Cool Gen 87. Cool Gen, what's up, man? Good morning. Glad you called me today. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, I always knew that God was preparing me to become as successful as I can be. He wasn't sitting there putting me in this position to work these 9 to 5s or putting me in position to do the things that I was doing to be stuck there. He never wanted me to be stuck. He was just sitting there and showing me that the hard work that I would have to put in to become the type of person that he wants me to be. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all on this live this morning. God wants you to be great. But in order for you to be great, you have to go through things, you have to endure things to become what you want to become successful, to do the things that God put you here to do. But here's the thing. If you want to do what God put you here to do, if you want to be successful, if you want to grow, if you want to be better in life, you have to strive to do something bigger than yourself. You cannot be stuck on going ahead and being successful and wanting to be successful to attain riches and money. That's not how you're going to get there. You cannot be stuck on wanting to be successful for your own selfish reasons. Some people want to be successful because they see the celebrities, the fame, the glory. You know, they see how they adore them. They willing to drop down to the floor just to chase behind them. They willing to hurt their arm just to get a picture. You know, some people want that type of spotlight. That's the wrong way to think about it. No, you should want to be successful to do something bigger than that. It's about wanting to do things bigger than yourself. In the Bible, it tells us all the time that you are supposed, if there's nothing wrong with ambition, but if you're going to chase ambition, if you're going to want to be successful, you have to want to do it for God's purpose or something that's bigger than yourself to help others. Okay? That's the thing. Also, let me tell y'all something straight up. I'm going to be real with y'all, right? Never ever, 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 ever allow yourself to get tricked out of your position. A lot of people get tricked out their position. They allow, like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna talk about this because I'm gonna talk and I'm gonna talk and I'm gonna talk and I'm gonna talk. That's what I do. I don't care if I gotta double back or whatever. I get to the point and I get deep with it. That's how I do. Understand this. Like I said earlier when I came into this live, a lot of y'all allow your circumstances to hold you back from being greater. A lot of y'all allow your circumstances to stop you from realizing who you truly are destined to be. Why is that? Some of y'all make money. Y'all make money. Like I said, it's a survival thing. You got to survive in this world. You got bills to pay, kids to take care, car note, this, that, the third. You got to survive. But here's the thing. You're so content with making what you're making. You're so content with doing what you're doing. You're so content with, oh, I go to work, oh, but I get to hang out every now and then. You're so content with that life. Why don't you want better? Why don't you want better? You know you could be better. You see it. But why don't you want better? See, this is where the devil comes into play at. Okay? Like I said, I'm only going to tell y'all like it is. I love people. I just give my opinion when I come on here. I just talk, let God talk through me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get this out of no book. I didn't get this, from anybody or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a prophet or nothing. I just come on here and I just speak my truth. Sometimes God speak through me. Sometimes, God just touches me and say, go, son. But either way, I do it. I get on here and I talk to y'all. Like I say, I don't have to, but I do it because I care. I'm a real dude. That's just how I am. I love people. Because I know what it's like. I come from the streets. Okay? So I know what it's like not to have nobody. Know what it's like not to be able to have nobody give advice and wisdom. But me, on the other hand, this is my way of giving back. This is my way of taking my bad and turning into something good. That's what I'm here to do. Listen to me, right? As I said before, a lot of y'all are so content with staying still. That's where the devil come into play at. Because, see, the devil knows. Letitia, blessed with day, the blessings. Good morning. Good morning, Letitia. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. I appreciate you for coming on this live, tuning in. Cool Jam, if you're still here with me, I appreciate you. Anybody that's in this live, I appreciate y'all. Let me get back to the point. That's where the devil come into play at. The devil knows that you're destined to do something great. I said it yesterday, I believe, when my wife was on here with me. Also, I said it yesterday when I did the live in the morning before my wife got on here with me. You are destined to do something great, and the devil knows that just as well as God knows what you were destined to do. Just like God knows what he put you here to do, just like in the end of the day, the devil knows what God put you here to do. So when he knows that you are striving to become successful, when he knows that you're working towards accomplishing something, or you're even thinking about that, he tricks you out your position. This is why he puts distractions in the way. This is where distractions come into play at. So y'all don't see, some people ain't gonna like this. People gonna be like, dang, Conscious, why you had to say distractions? Because it's real. This is reality I'm talking about. Like I said, I'm just letting God flow through me right now. I'm just doing what God say. He said, talk, son. Say what you gotta say. Say this. God just telling me to say, I'm just doing it. Like I said, this is where distractions come into play at. You could be sitting there, you could be coming home from work, you could be having time on your hands, you could be like, you know what? Let me sit down and just write down my thoughts, write down my plan. I've been trying to get this goal plan together. You sitting there, you writing down your thoughts. Then all of a sudden, here go your phone ringing, right? Bzzz, you like, oh man, oh this is Keith. Oh yeah, Keith done called you out of nowhere. Hey man, what's up? Hey, you coming out today? You going up? Hey, we going to hit the club. We gonna go do this. We gonna do that. Boom, a distraction. The devil done sent you a distraction. Because he's trying to knock you off your pivot. You know that you was writing down your ambitions. You know that you're writing down your goals and your plan out. You know that you're trying to do something different. But of course, the devil has sent something to distract you from doing that. So now the question is, what you going to do? Are you going to sit there and you going to continue to say, are you going to tell Keith like, hey, Keith, I got to get at you later, man. We might go out, but right now I got to do something. I got to take care of some business. Or you going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, Keith, let's go ahead and go out. I've been trying to get out the house. Some of y'all females, y'all come in from work, y'all got plans. So women are very ambitious. Let me tell y'all something about women. Women are very ambitious people. Women are going to go get it regardless. Like us men, we're going to go get it regardless. But women always feel the need to be ambitious. So same thing for y'all women. Y'all could be coming in the house, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all are trying to start a business. So you getting on your website, you still create your website, you start a business. And here comes your homegirl calling you. Burn, or she's showing up at your door, boom, 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 unannounced or something like that. Boom. Oh, girl, hey, she done came to talk about her man, this problem, that problem. She done came and started to bring the bottles. She done brought the marijuana. She done did this and did that. Or she calling you and saying the same thing, come over. Boom. That's the devil trying to distract you and throw you off your pivot. Every time that you're trying to work towards accomplishing something, the devil is going to throw distractions into play because he doesn't want you to accomplish your full potential. He does not want you to be great, but you are great. This is why you have to stay focused. This is why, again, I said in the beginning of the live when I came on here this morning, this is why you have to keep God in your heart. I said it yesterday. Keep God in your heart. Because if you keep God in your heart, no matter what the devil tries to do, he cannot mess around with that. You keep God in your heart. You're able to tell God every day, God, continue to keep me focused. Continue to help show me my purpose. If God is right there with you and he's showing you your purpose, when the devil tries to throw you off, like I said, he can try to throw you off. You could be driving your car. You could be going, like on a highway. You're supposed to take this exit right here. You know that's the exit to go to where you're supposed to go. But you done missed it. A car got in the way somehow, something like that. But you missed your exit. But guess what? Through God, you can always find an alternate route to that exit. You can stay focused on that exit. This is why it's important to keep God first. Because God will always make sure that you accomplish what you're supposed to accomplish in life, no matter what. Let's see here. Let's see, I read y'all comments. Cool Jen said the enemy is working overtime. Amen. Spiritual warfare is where he put on whole armor of God to win his battle. I'm glad you said that, Cool Jen, about the armor thing. I talked about that yesterday. I talked about, how God is coming back and you have to choose a side. And the thing about it is, when it comes down to choosing the side, God gives you the armor that you need to prepare for war. I'm glad you said that. I talked about that yesterday when I was on the live with my wife. If you haven't seen that live, please go tune into that live. But I definitely talked about that yesterday. So you're right, Cool Jen. Amen. So like I said, never allow anything to distract you. And again, while you are doing things like that, make sure that you are doing these things to accomplish something that is bigger than yourself. Let me tell you something. It is very true that God will guide you. Like I said, he will put you on the right route. He will continue to take you in the right direction. But at the same time, if you have selfish ambitions, if you have selfish reasons for why you want to be successful, then God is not going to sit there and help as much as you want him to. He's going to allow you to struggle in the process, okay? But that don't mean that he don't love you. Let me tell you something. You're supposed to do things that's bigger than yourself. You're supposed to do things that is his work. Anything other than that is wrongful of God. Some of y'all don't like how I just said that. Y'all like, come on, man. Conscious, man. God always looking out. Like, come on, man. Why would you say that about God? Like, what is he talking about? Let me tell y'all something. It's my opinion. Let me tell y'all something. I'm just speaking right now. God's touching me. Like I said, I'm not a prophet or none of that. When God gets his hands on me and I talk through him. You can hear it. Let me tell you something. I'm being real with y'all, whether you like it or not. It's true. If you're not doing it for God, or if you're not doing it for something that's bigger than yourself, then you're going to find yourself being stuck for a long time. When you're ready to do something through God, when you're ready to do something that's going to help God, he's always going to guide you. He's always going to help you. But if you're not, God's going to let you stay stuck because he refuses to allow you to use the gifts that he gave you. He refuses to allow you to use the talents that you have to accomplish things through the devil. Greed, that's the devil's work. That's selfishness. That's what the devil does. That's what he's about. Selfishness, that's what he's about. Glorification. That's what the devil is about. All those different things that people want, the money, the fame, or this and that, the third, or want to be successful, all that is the devil's work. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. This is a quote. This is a quote this is something that still touches me to this day. It's not even nothing out the Bible or nothing. Like I said, not a prophet. I just give it to y'all straight. Bob Marley once said it best. He really said this better than anybody that I know, any man that I know. Bob Marley once said, you don't have to have money to be rich. You don't have to. You could be rich within your mind and rich within your soul. That is the greatest richness ever. To have love or to be loved by somebody. There's no greater gift in the world than that. You see Bob Marley, what he accomplished at such a young age? You see how wise Bob Marley was at such a young age? That was for a reason. For a man to go out and make music that can help the world be a better place, that could bring people together and bring peace. This was at a time when his country didn't have peace. This was at a time when America didn't even have peace. He was able to take his talents and do something with it because of his mind frame that he was given. His mind frame. He was focused on what God wanted him to do. He made plenty of money. We all know Bob Marley's sons and everybody straight. He made plenty of money and all that. But guess what? He didn't care nothing about the money. He cared about helping people. He cared about growing. This man was in the communities. He came to America, to the sick people, talked to the sick people, hung out on the street with them, did different things. He used his talents for something greater than himself. And that is exactly why he accomplished as much as he did before he left this earth. That is exactly why his family continues to do his work to help accomplish other things and to help others. This is exactly why. Because God laid out the foundation for him. Because God gave him a purpose and he served his purpose. He didn't allow the distractions of the world or the distractions of others to hold him back. He made no excuses. You don't have to have money. I'm going to bring that back to y'all. You don't have to have money to be successful. You don't have to have money to be rich. You're rich here. And you're rich right here. That is all you need. All you need is this right here and this right here. Yeah, you need a little cash or whatnot. But don't look at it like I need this to do what God wants me to do. That's an excuse. If you have God as your leader and your foundation, you will be successful. As long as you have your mind straight and your heart straight through him, you will be successful. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Stop making excuses. Stop staying stuck. Stop sitting there and trying to do things for your own greedy reasons. I'm talking to y'all. Yeah, I'm talking to whoever. Somebody on this live is very greedy. I'm sorry. I'm just being real. Somebody on this live mind is not right before they got on this live this morning. So whoever that person is, I'm just talking to y'all. I don't know who it is. I'm not picking and choosing. I'm not trying to point the finger or nothing. We all been there. I've been there at one point. I was wild like that at one point, thinking about myself instead of others. We all been there. But at the end of the day, that is not the way that God wants you to be. That is not the way to go. Like I said, I only know how to talk about my life and use my testimony. So let me tell y'all a testimony right here. Let me be straight with y'all. At one point in time in my life, I was sitting out here and I was thugging. I was thugging heavy when I was thugging in these streets. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the streets. I don't know how to talk about nothing else but my life. What y'all want me to do? Make something up? What you want me to do? Quote out of a book and give it to y'all? I'd be lying if I did that. I'm not a liar. I'm coming on here to be real with people who want to hear the truth. I'm coming on here to help people today. I'm coming on here to help people every time I get on here. So all I can do is tell my testimony to help other people. That's what God gave me. This is the reason why God saved me, was to give my testimony to help others. So I'm going to use my testimony. So as I said before, at one point in time, I was out here in these streets and Cool Jam, I'm pretty sure you can relate to this because you come from where I come from. We both know where you come from, the circumstances I come from. But I was out here in these streets at one point and I was thugging. When I was thugging hard, I was thugging. And then I was thugging for all the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? I knew that I had something greater. I knew that I could be greater in life. I knew. See, I always had the gift for music. I'm not going to talk too much about that because this ain't about me. You know what I'm saying? It's about helping others. But I had always knew I had the gift for music. You know what I'm saying? I knew that I could probably do, and this is back when nobody was thinking about music. You know what I'm saying? This ain't back when everybody wanted to be a star and all that. I'm talking about back when wasn't nobody thinking about being a rapper and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I knew I had the talent, the gift for music or whatnot. I knew that I liked poetry. I knew that I liked to write. I'm good at poetry. I'm great at it. I knew I was great at it. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that I had other talents and other things I wanted to do. But I'm out here, I'm thugging in these streets and I'm making money. You know what I'm saying? I knew that I could take that money and use that to accomplish a bigger goal. Because my music was not just about myself, it was about my life. I was trying to reach others. I was always doing music for a bigger purpose. I never made music looking at it like I'm gonna be rich one day, I'm gonna blow up, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. That's not how I looked at my career. That's not how I looked at what I was doing. I was always looking at it like I wanted to make it to get my message of what I'm doing out here to the youth. I want to get my message out there to touch somebody who's going through what I'm going through so that they can be better. That was always my ambition. I always tell people I'm not in this for the money. I'm in this because of the simple fact that I really want to touch somebody. I want somebody to come up to me and say, that song you made really touched my spirit. It really touched me. It really got me through something. That's the greatest feeling, greatest reward for me. That's how I reward God. But my mind wasn't right. My mind wasn't right. Because I was out there hustling. When I'm out there hustling, or when I'm out there doing crimes, if I'm not hustling, I'm doing something else. When I'm out there doing what I'm doing, and I'm knee deep in these streets, I'm out there getting money, and I'm using money for other things. I'm focused on myself. I'm trying to stay fresh from head to toe, trying to stay fly. I'm out there tricking on the women. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here doing everything else except for focusing on the path that God wanted me to take. Like I said, I always knew that God had a bigger plan for me. God had laid out the whole foundation. That's why he gave me the gifts he gave me. But again, my greed, my mind frame at the time, and the way that I was moving through me way off of course. And even with me even trying to focus on course, I still was stuck on doing things that were not for others or better for the grace of God. And this is why for so long I stayed stuck. Okay? I stayed stuck. I still wasn't being moving forward and accomplishing anything. All I was doing was putting myself in position to be worse. I was still getting in trouble. I'm still doing this. I'm still doing that. I'm backtracking, not going forward. See, that's the thing. When you're not doing things through God, he's going to continue to let you struggle. He's going to let you struggle until you finally get it right. When he know that you finally ready to get it right, that's where he come into play at. Some of y'all don't like that I said that, because y'all looking at it like, come on, conscious. We all know God loves us. Just because God love you do not mean that God will not let you struggle. God don't like ugly. Come on, people. Stay with me now. Hear me out. God does not like ugly. I'm just being real with y'all. When you sitting there, you doing other things, or you focused on the wrong things, God don't like that. God did not put us here to do the evil work of the devil. So when you're out here and you're doing other things, that's the devil work. Or when you out here and you're doing things that are very selfish, God don't like it. The only way that God come and play, let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all here. Since some of y'all want to sit here and look at me like I'm crazy, because somebody on this live is looking at me right now that don't know nothing about me. Probably it's his first time seeing me on this live for my wife. Some of y'all somebody looking at me right now like Conscious is crazy. He don't know what he's talking about. I do know what I'm talking about. God got his hands on me right now. I'm not scared of you. I'm going to tell it like it is. I only do it when God touched me. I only talk through God. That's it. I don't come on this live unless God got his hands on me. I don't care what my wife say. When God wants me to speak, I speak. Let me tell you something. Straight up, God doesn't like ugly. Let me tell you something. God, when you doing wrong, he lets you struggle. That's a straight fact. There's a reason for that. Because he knows how great you are, and he knows that you're better than that. But just because God lets you struggle does not mean that God doesn't have his hands on you. Like I said, let me take you back to my testimony. I'm out here and I'm getting in trouble doing all these different things. Look at how knee deep out it was in the streets. Look at how my homeboys didn't survive. Look how I'm still here today. So while I'm out here in these streets, yeah, I'm struggling. Yeah, I'm doing all these things because I'm not focused on what God wants me to do, or doing or using my talents, or doing something better through the grace of God. But guess what? God still had his hands on me. I lived. That's God's way of having his hands on me. I live so that I can serve God's purpose. Because Because even when I was in the streets at the time, I said it on the live yesterday morning. And I said it when my wife was right there on live with me. I went through countless surgeries. Not only was I knee deep in the streets and doing things, and we know the streets is nothing pretty about it. Survival was real out there. I was real live out here doing what I was doing. Every day was survival. I could have died out there. I've been in situations where I should have been gone from here. But I'm still here. God had his hands on me. Yes, God didn't sit there and push me forward to accomplish what he wanted me to accomplish right away. But God had his hands on me to make sure I can walk so that I can be successful when I got it right. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Yeah, God lets you struggle, but that doesn't mean that he leaves you hanging. He will still have his hands on you. He will still keep you safe. He will still protect you. Even when you make mistakes along the way, keep having bumps in the road, he will still try to get you back on track. Once he realizes and sees that you're starting to be serious, or once he thinks that you're slipping too much, this is where he comes into play. Because when you're slipping too much, like me, for example, I only know how to use my testimony. That's it, y'all. That's all conscious know how to do. When I was slipping, for example, I was slipping too much. God said, you know what, son, I keep trying to tell you, you got a bigger purpose, but you just don't get it. I done spared you, I done did this, I done did that. How many times do you want me to spare you? So God said, you know what? I'm not going to allow the devil to keep on using you. I'm not going to allow you to keep on slipping. I'm going to get you on track. That's why I got sick. That's exactly why I got sick. I got sick and I had to get surgery and go through all that. But at the end of the day, everything that I went through after that, when I came out of that, I was a reborn man. I've been reborn. My mind is different. The way I talk is different. The way I act is different. My focus is different. I'm starting to see the things that I wanted to do that God had in store for me. All the things I talked about, having a bigger purpose with my music, having a bigger purpose with my poetry, having a bigger purpose in life, wanting to help people. I'm starting to see all those things come in the fold. All those things come in the fold, full circle for me now. And I got God at the center of it. And I'm not back, I'm not slowing down. The thing about it is it's growing, it's getting bigger and bigger for me. And that's only because I'm focused on what God wants me to do. That's what God did for me. That's what God will do for you. So let me ask y'all today, what's holding you back? What is holding you back? Why aren't you using your purposes for something bigger? Why are you staying stuck? Why are you making excuses? You picking up them notebooks and you making them plans and you just like, oh, I'm gonna go do this on another day. You know, I got a headache. I don't feel like doing it. I'm you sitting there scribbling, you doing this and that, and you done got tired because you had to think too much. So, yeah, you had to think too much. That's okay. It doesn't matter. But does that mean that you stopped just because you had to think too much and got a headache? That's an excuse. Or some of y'all like, oh, I don't got the money, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to sit here and do this and do that. I don't have the money to do this and do that. You can get money for everything else. You can find money to do this and do that. You can find a couple dollars to go to the club. You can't find the money to go and fund your t-shirt business that's going to change the world. Them t-shirts that you put out. T-shirts cost what? In the store. There's certain t-shirts that's in the store right now. I done seen like a line on a t-shirt. And a shirt costs $30. You can't start a t-shirt business that change the world, is more affordable for people out here? That can have something about God on it? You can't go find some money just to go do your t-shirt business, but you can find money to do everything else? That's what I'm saying. Excuses. And the devil loves it. He loves when you're not focused. When you out here doing his work, when you out here doing everything that you're doing, he loves it. And he's going to continue to throw them distractions in the way. He's going to continue to throw them in the way. He's going to continue to do it. Because he does not want you to accomplish your full potential. He does not want you to do God's work. He doesn't. He hates it. He doesn't like it. Anytime that you become successful and you're able to do what God put you here to do, and you got a greater purpose and you're doing it through the greatness of God, he's upset and angry. He doesn't want that. Because as we continue to grow, and we continue to do God's work and use our purposes to do what he wants us to do, we're making God more powerful. He doesn't want God to be more powerful than him. The devil is very jealous of God. He always has been. That's why he got cast out of heaven. Greed. He doesn't want that. So he's always going to try to get in the way. I had, in the beginning, read a Bible verse in the beginning. I'm going to read it again to y'all. For those who's on here, some of y'all still rocking with me, some of y'all leaving. I don't care. I don't care if I'm talking to 5 people, 10 people. I'm all about change. Like I told my wife about me getting on these lives. You know, my wife was talking to me. She was like, hey, you could talk for 30 minutes. Sometimes that's cool. Let's shut it down. You can talk for an hour. That's cool. Shut it down. I said, look, I'm going to talk as long as I want to talk. She's like, well, you know, people be in here, and I told my wife, I said, look, hey, I don't care if it's 2 people I'm talking to. I'm about change. I don't care about the numbers. I don't look at it like, oh, there's not 10 people in here, so I'm just wasting my time. No, I'm all about touching that one person if it's one. I'm all about touching that 0.5, meaning a half a person if it's only a half a person in here. I don't care. That's how I do, because I care more about the greater good of God. It's not about numbers for me. It's about helping somebody. Don't care about the numbers. Just like my wife, she don't care about the numbers. She do this because she love people. She don't care if it's 5, 2, 1 on here. She's going to talk because she love people. That's me. I love people. So let me get back into it. Y'all follow with me, right? So, okay. Cool, Jen, you still on here? I hope you still rocking with me, following me. But this is a Bible verse. And Letitia, if you still on here, I hope you still rocking with me as well. But this is a Bible verse I read in the beginning. I'm going back to this because some of y'all wasn't on here when I read this morning. Okay, it says, godly ambition can be demonstrated when you strive to serve others rather than strive for meeting your own needs first. It says it in Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 through 4, when he says, do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significantly than yourselves. So that brings me back to my point. When you serve God for the greater good, you can be successful. When you serve a purpose that is bigger than yourself, you can be successful. But you are never supposed to do things that involve selfishness. In the Bible, it talks about being ambitious. It talks about being a go-getter. That's in Philippines. You heard me just read Philippines, and that's in other different parts of the Bible. There's nothing wrong with doing that. God wants you to be successful. You are put here on this earth to do something from the moment you come in this world. I said it from the beginning. But you are not put here to do things in a selfish manner. You are put here to serve out a purpose that's greater than yourself, greater than being selfish. You're put here to serve out a purpose through God. You're put here to serve out a purpose that's going to change the world and help spark the brain that's going to change the world. And that's facts. I'm just being real with y'all. I'm telling you. Just like people look up to celebrities, people could look up to you. But the fact that you're talking about God, the things that you're doing through God, it can make somebody get on track and say, you know what? I want to get myself together and do something through God. I know I can do this. I know I can help. You're going to spark the brain that's going to continue to do God's work. Now you're going to spark one. Now they don't want to spark another one. This is how we build up God's army. Now this going now I'm going to get a little off track here for y'all. I'm going to get a little off track. Y'all forgive me now because I'm just speaking the way God wants me to speak. Get a little off subject here, but it's facts. You sparking the brain that's getting into God's army. Yesterday, my wife and I was on live. We had a conversation, and one thing that I came out and said before I got off of the live yesterday was God is going to come back. We are in the times of war right now. Yes, we are. We are in the times of war right now. There's a war outside between the devil and God. There's a war outside. Every time that you step in the office at work, you're at war. You know why? Because you're going to work and you're surrounded by demons and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. Your co-workers that you see, that you associate with, those are demons. They can sense your energy. They know that you're chosen. They know that you have God with you. But they're going to try to do everything they can to keep you distracted. They're going to talk to you about different things, different crazy stuff, all this stuff. They already know what they're going to do through the devil. They don't care. They're not thinking about God. They ain't even trying to help. Any place that you go, you're surrounded by demons. That's why people tend to, when you go places, they'll laugh at you for how you dress. People that see you, they'll sit there and say random things. You don't even know that person, and he'll just look at you. You could be walking down the street, and they'll just be looking at you like this. Demons to throw you off a distraction. You know why? The devil using that as a distraction, because in the end of the day, he know you might get mad and be like, "What you looking at?" And that's how a situation start. That throws you off of your focus and your pivot. You find yourself doing something, you might, some of us just act off of impulse. You might find yourself doing something, and now next thing you locked up or something. Now you done threw your whole life away over one word, over a look, over a word. Like I said, there's a war outside between the devil and God. God is coming back. None of us know how God look. We've never seen him. But we do know that he's with us every day. We do know that he's here to protect us. We do know that he loves us. We do know that God is going to guide us. We know this already, but we've never seen God. But let me tell you something. God is coming back. He's going to come back, and he is going to reveal himself when we least expect it. I asked yesterday, what side are you going to be on when that time comes? What side are you going to be on? Ask yourself that. What side are you going to be on? This is why it's important to do God's work now. Just like the devil is recruiting his army and his way and whatever he doing, we're supposed to be using our talents for greater good to help other people through God, to build up God's army. There's so many people out here who can do so many great things to help change the world, to help make the better purpose, to help build up God's army and do God's work, to help spread the greater good of God. So that when that time comes, we can be armed and ready. That is why it's important to stay focused. Let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all live y'all life in fear. I think that's another problem. Y'all too busy living y'all life in fear. Conscious, I ain't scared of nothing. I know I'm tough. You was a goddamn on lie. Some of y'all lying through y'all teeth right now. I'm sorry. I just keep it real. That's all I know how to do. Some of y'all are lying to yourself right now. You're not tough. Okay? I don't care how you look at it. I ain't scared to die. I'll fight anybody. Yeah, okay. Get that gun put to your dome. I guarantee you gonna fold. Some of y'all gonna fold if you got that gun to your dome. You be like, oh, I want to die. Please spare me. Oh, but you was tough 5 minutes ago. Some of y'all claiming y'all tough, or some of y'all sitting there acting like you tough, but you're really not. Some of y'all, you're going through what you're going through, but now let me tell you something. Y'all scared. Let me tell you another reason why I say you're scared. Sometimes you're scared to go out here and do more in life because you're afraid of failure. Sometimes you have to fail to be successful. You can't be afraid to fail. Sometimes becoming successful, in order to get to that road, in order to become who you want to become, in order to become the person that God wants you to become, you have to fail first. How will you know what to do next if you never fail? We all fail in some type of way before we see the other side. That's just like walking through life. You're going to have bumps and bruises before you get to the other side of life. Some of y'all on here in y'all 30s. Some of y'all on here in y'all 40s. Some of y'all on here in y'all 20s. But before you got to your 20s and 30s, you had to experience something. You had to slip up and do something to become more wiser or to become more better. It's the same thing when it applies to success. You have to go through things to become what you want to be. That's what you got to understand. Cool Jen said, right on, bro. True for living testimony. Appreciate you, Cool Jen. If you still on here, I don't know. But if you are, I appreciate you. If you ain't, when you see this live later or you tune in later when you get a chance, I appreciate you. Just know that. Ashley S. say, amen. Thank you, Ashley S. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to keep it real. But like I said, you're going to fail before you see success. That's the problem with y'all. Y'all too afraid. Y'all too afraid. Everybody want to be so hard body. Everybody want to be like, oh, I'm tough this, I'm tough that. Everybody mentality is toughness, toughness, toughness. But y'all so scared to fail. And because you're sitting there and you think about toughness, you're not realizing that your ego is what's holding you back. You're not realizing that the things that you're doing is what's holding you back. You're not thinking about doing God's work. You're not thinking about doing what God wants you to do. You're thinking about doing things out of greed. Thinking about doing things out of in other kind of ways. Or maybe you're not even focused on what you're supposed to do. That's the thing. You got to be focused. You got to lock in with God. You got to lock in with your purpose if you want to accomplish things. You can't be stuck out here partying every day. I'm not here to judge nobody off of what lifestyle you choose. I done lived my life. I done did things in my life. Like I said, I can only use my testimony. When I get on here, that's it. I don't care if it's 1, 5, 10 people. I just tell my testimony, whether you like it or not. That's all I can do. I can't go read a book and just give y'all something out of a book. That's lying. I don't lie. I can't go ahead and just make something up. That's lying. I don't lie. I can only be talk about my testimony. So let me get back into it. Like I said, I'm not judging nobody. If you out there partying every day, that's what you do. If you out here smoking weed every day, that's what you do. If you out here having sex every day, that's what you do. If you out here just blowing money every day, that's what you do. Everybody got something different that they do. But what you're doing is wrong. This is why you're still stuck. You're those different things that I just named, all those different things that's doing. That's just fun things. That's just a way of throwing life away. You're not put here to throw your life away. You're put here to serve out your purpose. So while you're doing those things, like I said, I don't judge. But that's another reason why you're not getting nowhere. You have to lock in with God. You have to stay focused on your purpose. Glad to see Sister Ashley. Good morning, Sister Ashley. Yeah, my wife, she is. I'm over here for my wife, but she's definitely tuned in. Good morning, Letitia. How you doing? But like I said, you have to get focused on your purpose. You cannot sit there and just be stuck doing them things because that's what's holding you back. See, that's the thing about life. Life is full of distractions, and we don't even be knowing that we're living in that moment of distraction. Because to us, we're just living life and getting by. But I'm here to tell y'all, we're not getting by. We're staying stuck. You're stuck. You wasn't put in this world by God to be stuck. You was put in this world to serve out a purpose. Stop being stuck. Because while you're being stuck, the devil's trying to sink you. Don't allow that. Lock in with God. Lock in with your purpose. There's nothing wrong with going out and having fun sometimes, but don't make that a priority. There's nothing wrong with doing what you're doing, blazing one every now and then, but don't make that your priority because God knows your heart. He knows you're not perfect. He knows you're going to blaze one every now and then. Not saying that it's the right, but it's true. We're not perfect. God knows we ain't perfect. Ain't no human perfect on this earth. We all sin, but don't make that your priority. Don't make other things that is distractions your priority. Make sure that you stay focused on what God put you here to do. Make sure you stay focused on the things that you're supposed to do in life. Trust God. Put him in your heart. Ask him what your purpose is. And while you're asking him what your purpose is, make sure that you are taking the steps that you need to accomplish that purpose. While you're taking those steps to accomplish that purpose, make sure that while you're doing that you have it in your mind that you're going to use this purpose to do something bigger than yourself. Make sure that you have it in your heart that you're going to use your purpose to serve it out for God. Otherwise, yes, I said otherwise. Conscious, what you mean otherwise? Hey, where you going with this? Yeah, I said otherwise. Otherwise, those who in here, right? You like it or not, I'm gonna tell you like it is. You're going to be stuck for a long time. And believe me, life is short. Life is very short. If you want to accomplish your purpose, if you want to know what God had in store for you, if you want to know the reason why God put you here on this earth, start getting it together now. Because life is short. Tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. I could be on this line today and I could be gone tomorrow. That's just how life is. God unfortunately had his hands on me for a reason. I'm still here after all the things I've done, after everything I've been through. God had his hands on me for a reason. But life is short. It could be taken from you in the snap of a finger. People dying every day out here, not able to serve out their purpose, wishing that they had another chance to push the redo button, wishing that they got to try to do things better, or wishing that they did something better. Don't wait until the last minute when it's lights out to do it. Don't wait till the last minute to try to think it. Do it now, not later. And I ain't talking about no candy. Do it now, not later. I ain't talking about no candy, man. So sometimes, I gotta throw a little fun out there. You can't always be all in serious and all that. And I like, that's just me. I'm conscious. That's what I do. We gotta laugh sometimes. We can't all be sad or angry or so serious all the time. It's good to laugh too. It's good to spread laughter through the world. That's why I did that. But back on purpose, like I said, don't wait till the last minute. Your time is now. Your time is now. God is talking through me. And I'm telling y'all, your time is now. Lock in with God. Set goals. Find out what you're good at. Chase your purpose. Don't wait until it's too late. Or don't stay stuck. You can do better. You don't have to keep working that 9 to 5 job. You don't have to keep on being stuck. If you ain't working, but you're just stuck and you're tired of your situation, you don't have to keep be that way neither. I ain't here to judge. I'm just here to keep it real. You can be better than that. But you have to be willing to put in the work. You have to stay focused to do it. Good morning, Ashley. Yes. God bless you. You have to be willing to do it. Don't keep wasting time. You cannot get it back. You cannot. You cannot go back in time. You can't rewind the clock. The clock only keeps ticking and going forward, but the clock also stops ticking at some point. The battery runs out. Are you gonna wait until your battery run out? Because let me tell you something. I said this yesterday as well. Yeah, conscious get deep with it. Come on, conscious. I know you about to say something. I know probably the teacher like, I know conscious get ready to say something. Yeah, I'm getting ready to say something. Let me tell you something. If that battery run out and your time is up, when you go for you going to go up. You going to go up to the greater. You going to go up to see the greater God. You're going to go up to see the Almighty Ruler, the King, the Healer. You're going to go see Him. And let me tell you something. When you get up there, it's in the Bible. Just all you gotta do is read. I just started locking into the Bible myself a couple months ago, but I've gotten pretty far in the Bible though, reading it. But let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. When you get up there with the King or you get up there with the ruler to face Him, there's one thing He's gonna ask you. And for those some of y'all know the scriptures, some of y'all don't. But I'm gonna tell y'all, He's going to ask you, and this is a true statement, a true factor. What did you do with the talents that I gave you? He's going to ask you that. What's going to be your answer? Because it's going to get asked. He's going to ask, what did you do with the talents I gave you? He's basically asking you, I put you on earth for a purpose. What did you do with it? What you going to say? God, I was down there partying and just chilling and having fun and woo woo. Oh, I was down there and I did this and did that. What you going to tell? You going to tell God that? No, when He asks you, what did you do with the talents that I gave you? You want to be able to say, well, God, this is what I did. I said, I created T-shirts to make the world a better place. I put quotes on it. I made people believe in you when others didn't. Or God, I became a chef. I cook better food to help the people stay alive so that they can live, they can grow, and they can help others to grow and stay healthy. I created herbs. You want to be able to have something to give to God. Because God gave His life for you. He gave you breath. Something like I said yesterday. Let me tell you something. You take life for granted too much. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. Some of y'all on this live, y'all take life for granted too much. Like I said yesterday on the live when I was on here with my wife. Some people do not get to embrace this thing that we call life. We're able to live life. You're breathing oxygen, ain't you? You're on this live right now, ain't you? Some of us didn't even get to come into this world as a baby. When our parents get active or when people being active and doing what they doing, boom, 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 boom. Sometimes you create twins. Sometimes people get triplets, but everybody unfortunately doesn't get that. Sometimes it's only one that come out of that situation. We're all grown on here. I'm just being real with y'all. I ain't going too deep into that neither, because that got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But the purpose I'm trying to make and the point I'm trying to make behind that is sometimes only one comes into this world. You were chosen. God made it so that you could come into this world. You were one of them ones. And you're taking life for granted? When some don't even get to even find out what life is? Let me tell you something. All I know how to do is tell my testimony. I'm way over my time. This is how you know I love people. My wife hate when I'm not going to say she hates, because let me take that word back. My wife, sometimes she get on me though. She say, honey, sometimes you go on and on and on and on. But she understands. She respects it though. You know what I'm saying? She love what I do. She love to hear me talk. She's on this live right now somewhere watching me as we speak. But As I said before, let me tell y'all something. All I know how to do is tell my testimony. I'm way over my time. I can get on this live and end it right now. I'm pretty sure God's satisfied with what I said. I feel the spirit. I feel God right now through me. I'm not a prophet or nothing. But God, for some reason, I think God got a purpose for me to talk. I think that it has something to do. My wife keep telling me, you good at talking to people. You good at that. When I was in the hospital fighting for my life, I used to talk to the doctors all the time, tell my story. I used to talk to the doctors all the time about different things, and they would say, "Wow, you're gifted when you talk. Like, wow, you should do something. You should be a motivational speaker." So doctors kept telling me that. It's like when you get out, try to figure it out. I think that you're gonna accomplish something great. I don't know. But I'm way over my time. I'm on here still talking to y'all because I love y'all. But let me tell y'all something. All I know how to do is use my testimony. So let me tell y'all something. Y'all out here taking life for granted. Let me get into my testimony. Some real deep stuff. Because you can see it in my eyes. I'm real upset right now, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know some of y'all. You like, you upset at me? You don't even know me. Yeah, I'm upset. Because why are you wasting your talents? If you are, I'm not saying that y'all are, but if you are wasting your talents, I'm very upset and disappointed in you. Heck, I'm disappointed in myself. Don't think that I'm pointing the finger and ain't pointing the finger back at myself. I'm disappointed that I wasted so much time, wasting my talents when God had something in store for me. But yes, I'm very disappointed, y'all, because what I'm about to tell y'all, based on my testimony, is getting ready to shock y'all. It's getting ready to wake somebody up. It's getting ready to touch somebody. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all taking life for granted. Like I said, only some of us get to embrace this thing called life. You come into the world. I was in the hospital fighting for my life. When I was going down getting tested for CAT scans and all that, I seen little kids. I was connected to the hospital I was in was connected to a child's hospital. A children's hospital, okay? So it was we all used to get tested. We all moved under the same tunnel, had to go to the same places, had the CAT scans in the same places and all that. Oh, I see the numbers are decreasing now. They don't like what I'm talking about. The numbers are going down. It went from about 5 to 1 now to all that. I don't care. I'm the only know how to do what God tell me. You don't have to like what I'm saying. I'm trying to test somebody. Yes, I'm disappointed. We was connected to a hospital, a children's hospital, so we all had to travel through the same tunnel underground to get to the CAT scans, to the X-rays and all that. So yes, they put sometimes adults in a room with children. We wasn't all in there at the same time, but when the child is getting ready to come out, the adult is going in the room. We all going to the same place to get tested and stuff for whatever surgery or whatever preparation they have coming up for us. I saw little kids, babies, y'all. We're talking about kids that ain't even lived life yet, not even 5 years old, might not even make it. And they're getting CAT scans. Haven't even had a chance to figure out what their purpose is. They didn't even get a chance to even grow with their family yet. And they might not make it. I remember one time I went in there for a CAT scan, right? I went in there to get, one more CAT scan and everything before they getting ready to start the surgery and perform the surgery and make sure everything was good or whatnot. So I go in and I see this one specific kid. It was a little boy. He had to be no more than about, I'm gonna say about 3, maybe. So I saw a little boy and I'm sitting there, I'm just looking at him. It wasn't my business to ask, but something told me to ask. So I say, what's up? What's going on, man? What's his story? Why you got this little kid in here like that? I was like, y'all really got this little kid going through this? Like that boy, he was sick. He was sick, and that touched me. He was real sick. You could see it in his face. His body looked pale. He was real sick, but the boy was fighting. He was fighting though. He was a fighter. He wasn't quitting. He wasn't going out like that. But he was sick. And I asked what the story was, and they told me that he fighting for his life. I'm not gonna put his situation out there. I'm not gonna talk his business. Because some people, families are sensitive about that, but just know the boy didn't have much time to live. Just like at the time, I was only faced with 5 months to live. But for him to be that young, haven't even gone through life yet, hadn't even gotten to do anything yet, and had to fight for his life like that, that touched me. Y'all out here taking life for granted, man. Y'all playing around. Y'all blessed. Y'all able to live life. Y'all done made it to y'all 30s, y'all 40s, y'all 20s. And y'all got little kids in the hospital right now. Ain't even made it past 10. That's fighting. Wishing that they didn't even have to go through it. Every day getting medicine put in their body, needles, all kind of different things. But y'all taking life for granted? Y'all get to walk. Y'all get to breathe. Y'all get to have fun with y'all friends. Y'all get to see another day. These kids might not see another day. They might go up and be with the ruler at any moment. Stop taking life for granted, y'all. Like I said, I only know how to use my testimony. What I just told y'all is another part of my testimony. Seeing the kids and all that. I lived it. Some people need to really go and see this type of stuff. This is the problem. If more people saw these things and more people went through these things, they might not be taking life for granted no more. It'll wake some people up and they will want to do better. Or like I said, all I know how to do is use my testimony that God gave me. That's why God let me live. That's why I survived what I survived through. Because I have a story to tell. And God knows it. And the more that I tell my story to different people, the more people I touch, the more I'm helping. This is my way of turning my bad that I've done in my life and my wrongs I've done in my life to something good. That's why my wife don't mind me getting on here and talking for her sometimes. If she don't feel good, she say, honey, take over. My wife, she'll speak. That's one thing about my wife. She'll speak whether she's sick or not. But she tells me to take over because she know when God got his hands on me, she know, don't get in the way. She let God use me to talk to y'all. Stop taking life for granted, man. Be seeing them kids sick like that, be seeing all that I saw in that hospital, things I experienced in that hospital, made me not take life for granted. I came out reborn and a better man. Look at me. I'm a husband. I love my wife. I love my family. I take care of my family and I do right by my family. I'm not out here in the streets getting in trouble. I'm on here. I get on these lives and I talk to y'all. I don't have to talk to y'all. I don't have to get on here. My bills are paid. I'm good. I can kick my feet up. But I get on here and I talk to y'all because I care about people. That's another way I give back because I'm reborn. My mentality is different. I want to help people. That's why I come on here and I talk to y'all. When I do talk to y'all, I'm all about it. Like I said, my voice is different. If for anybody who really know me, nobody in this live really knows me in person. But people who do know me in person, they know when they hear me talk. I don't talk the same. My voice is different. It's way more deeper and it has more pain in it. Like I said, I was reborn. Everything that I went through, everything I experienced made me reborn. Honey, say hi to the people. That's my wife right there. She gonna come back out and say hi to y'all in a second. You know, we parents. She dealing with the kids too. You know. Say hi, honey. Yeah, so like I said to y'all, um, I was reborn. You know, going through everything that I went through, I've been reborn. And I don't take life for granted no more. Don't take your life for granted. Do not take your life for granted. Get serious now. Do what you need to do now. What's holding you back? Nothing should be holding you back. You should be trying to accomplish things to your fullest potential. We all got a clock. What you gonna do when your clock is up? Like I said, the clock keeps ticking. Tick, 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 tick. But the battery runs out at some point. The battery dies. When the battery dies, you're going to go up there with the healer. You're going to go up there with the ruler. You're going to go up there with the person who put you on this earth to do something. And when he asks what you do with the talents I gave you, what you going to tell him? What you going to tell him? Make the world a better place now. If you ain't going to do it for the world, do it for yourself. Do it for God. But put God first. Don't be selfish about it. Because as long as you're selfish, you're not going to get nowhere. As long as you have greed, you're not going to get nowhere. The only way you can get ahead is if you think about something more bigger than yourself or you're doing it through the love of God. Do it now, not later. Again, I ain't talking about candy. You gotta laugh. Life too short not to laugh, y'all. I'm sorry. Life is way too short. You gotta smile. I'm starting to learn how to smile. For the longest in my life, I never smiled. My wife used to tell me, "You always so serious. You always so serious." Like when we were young, always so serious. You always so serious. You don't never smile in pictures. I'm just now starting to learn to laugh. I'm just now starting to smile, enjoy life. But I'm enjoying my life. That's all that matters. I'm doing things that God want me to do now. I'm starting to watch a lot of the things that God wanted me to accomplish early unfold now for me because I'm focused through Him and I'm doing His work and I'm putting Him first. I'm doing things that's bigger than myself. I love y'all. Listen. Let me tell y'all something. Give me a second. Y'all. Sorry, y'all. As y'all know, I'm a parent. This is why I say I'm getting ready to wrap up. I know I can't. My wife, she's an amazing woman. My wife's an amazing woman. She's an amazing mother. But when I'm around, I try to help my wife as much as I can. It's my job as a husband. I am a father. As you can see, my son is right here. Say hi, Andrew.
Hi.
This is my son, Andrew. You know, this is my son. This is my son. This is another reason why I live. This is another reason why I do what I do. I do things for my family. You know, I do what I do for my family. Like I told y'all, I'm a changed man. My mentality is different. My heart is different. I live for my family. You know, I want to make sure that my son here accomplish his fullest goals to his fullest potential. I want to make sure that my son here does things through God. This is why me and my son have conversations. I always tell him, when you're doing things, make sure that you're putting God first. I always tell my son to make sure that you're doing something that's bigger than yourself. My son has a lot of talent. Before I get up off here, I'm getting ready to get up off here because, like I said, I gotta be a parent. I gotta help my wife. It's important as a husband to make sure that I'm here for my wife as much as possible. My wife don't feel good, so I gotta make sure that my wife is okay. So before I get up off here, my son, he's very talented. Drew, before we get up off here, do you mind singing a song for the people? Would you like to sing a song? You don't want to sing a song? Sing a song. Sing a song. Don't be afraid. Sing a song. Sing Jesus Loves Me.
I know how to sing that.
Well, sing a song that you know. Let them hear your song. Don't be afraid to use your talent, like we talked about. Go ahead, sing. Take your time. Sing when you're ready. You gonna sing for y'all.
You sing me a second. You sing what?
Like I said, I teach my kids not to walk in fear. This is what I'm talking to y'all about fear. You gotta be ready when it's your time. You never know when you're gonna get your shot. You have to be ready. So I try to teach my son never to be afraid to do God's work when it's time to do it. My son has a beautiful voice. Go ahead, son. Light of mine. Gonna let it shine. Light of mine.
I know let it shine.
I'm gonna let it shine. Light of mine.
I know let it shine.
Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. You can give him enough. You can give him enough, son. This little light of yours, you're gonna let it shine. That's why I'm gonna leave y'all at. Let your light shine. Let your light flow. Go through the darkness and make the world a brighter place. Don't wait till it's too late. Start now. I love y'all. My name is Conscious. You was just joined here by my son Andrew. Wave, Andrew. Y'all have a good day. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gone.